Yo, what is up, guys? And welcome to the NerdyD Show. I am your host of the show, the notorious NerdyD, alongside my amazing podcasting and life partner, the one and only Level Up Lauren.
What's up, y'all?
Each and every week, me and Lauren will discuss 4 random topics for your listening enjoyment. Every episode can be found for your viewing pleasure on YouTube. And if you don't feel like staring at our beautiful faces, you can listen on all major podcast networks. The 4 topics will then be broken down and posted Monday through Thursday, with a complete full episode posting on Fridays with a little added bonus. Lauren, let's jump right into topic number 1. Okay. I came up with this topic yesterday and I thought it would be fun. I was reading an article about DC, the DC extended universe is in all kind of shambles right now.
Yes, sir.
They're recasting Superman and like there's a bunch of different parts that are up in the air. So I thought it would be fun. I wrote this right here. With James Gunn at the helm of the DCEU, there are going to be some serious changes to the cast for DC movies. And topic number 1, let's have some fun recasting key roles with only WWE wrestlers, because this is a primarily wrestling channel. So I've compiled a pre-selected list of characters to use. We'll go through each one and explain why we made our choice. And then you guys let us know in the comments if you would have chose somebody different. And let us know if there were any cool characters that you could see being in the movies that we didn't talk about right now. So let's start off. First, right off the bat, let's go with my favorite superhero of all time. Let's recast the Batman. So who do you have?
Favorite superhero of all time, really?
Yeah, Batman's always been my favorite superhero.
All right.
I think I enjoy the fact that he doesn't have actual superpowers.
Yeah, I guess I never thought about that.
Bad man.
He's just a rich man.
Just a rich man
bitch.
with a lot of technology. He's kind of a bad man. All right, so who do you have for Batman and why?
So I thought a lot about this one, and I was like, well, who looks like
I'm interested to see if we have crossover. We haven't heard each other's list here.
So to me, like, my Batman is I don't even know his name.
Okay, so obviously
no, I know who Batman is, like, in real life, but I'm saying, like, when I think of Batman, I think of the, like,
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne. I think of the Penguin Batman. Whoever was that? The
Penguin Batman.
Yeah, whoever was when the little short man, Danny DeVito, was the Penguin.
So the Batmans have been Val Kilmer.
Yeah, wait, that's like the 80s, right?
Yeah. Then there was, what is the other guy's name? Oh, why do I not know his name?
Late 80s, 90s Batman.
It wasn't Keith or Sutherland, was it?
I think his name might have been Keith something, but that's my Batman. I think that's who I remember Batman as.
Okay. Interesting spin on Batman there.
So, like, to me, Batman's kind of like mysterious and like manly.
Okay.
So I chose Drew McIntyre
as Batman.
Yeah. I want him to cut his hair. Like, he's a bigger man, you know, he just kind of has like that mysterious and that
he's got
voice.
the good voice. He's got the
Batman voice.
My problem is I don't know if my Batman from Gotham can sound like he's not American. I don't know. Maybe that's just stereotypical. He can do an
American accent, that's like the Houseman.
That's true. Lots of actors can learn. So okay, all right, interesting.
That's my Batman.
Drew McIntyre. Well, I like it. I'm not completely mad at that. I think size wise, that's an impressive Batman.
I'm Batman.
So I chose to go more of the Robert Pattinson style of Batman. The kind of
that Batman.
Younger, like suave millionaire look, and I went Austin Theory as Batman.
I knew that's when you said suave.
I think he has kind of, the Batman's kind of like a millionaire playboy, and I think he's supposed to be like kind of the whole Austin Theory persona.
Austin Theory, even as like, I'm good, I'm bad, this new Austin Theory they have, he still has like a little bit of like a doofiness to him, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, but that's his character. I don't think Austin Theory in real life is like that. I think that's the character that he's
a mouth
playing.
Breather.
Jesus. All right. So I chose Austin Theory. You chose Drew McIntyre. Let's move on. Second here is probably the most famous DC character, Superman.
Okay.
Who did you pick to be your
first?
Superman? Yeah, I think I want to hear you first, and then I'll go second.
Okay. Since actors can like dye their hair and change things about themselves, when I think of Superman,
can I jump in real quick?
Yeah.
So this is going to be a theme, I think, throughout what we do. you were sticking to a very stereotypical idea of what these characters are supposed to be.
Not all of them are.
Well, but you just said that they need to dye their hair. And I don't think, why does Superman have to look like the Superman that we know? Proceed.
Because Superman has muscles and he has brown hair. Like, that's who Superman is.
No, I don't believe. Superman is a persona. He is not what you've been told he is. Go ahead.
That's my Superman.
Go ahead.
My Superman has brown hair and muscles.
Go ahead.
But I picked Dexter Lumis. And the reason why I picked Dexter Lumis is because he kind of has like that pointy nose. He's got a good jawbone.
This is what I'm talking about. You have
body's like, ugh. And then we could dye his hair black.
I don't want to talk over you. You have a very prototypical idea of what these characters could look like. Whereas I believe if I'm forming out my own DC extended universe, I don't want them to be 100% typecast in the norm.
No. I'm not of that belief at all.
I took Montez Ford. Superman is your likable character. I think if you put Montez Ford in a pair of glasses and kind of a nerdy suit,
he could be a good
he pulls
Superman.
off the Clark Kent. This motherfucker flies in the ring. So it's believable that he could fly around in real life.
Okay,
and I think that my Superman, if I'm picking a character, I think Montez Ford, he's got the personality. He's physically imposing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he got big. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just feel like I could see him in the suit. His personality, like Superman's charismatic, right? Dexter Lumis, he doesn't have that range. He's not. Dexter Lumis is just
you don't know that about Dexter
I do know.
Lumis.
I've watched enough Dexter Lumis to know that
They don't let the man talk.
He's not putting on a real performance out there in the ring. And I think that Montez Ford has the acting chops to be a solid Superman.
I'm not gonna hate on your pick because I like him.
Okay, so then moving on, let's go. The next most famous, Wonder Woman. Who are you casting as Wonder Woman?
I chose Raquel Rodriguez.
All right, interesting.
And it's because, I'm going off of looks here, right? But like to me, Wonder Woman is a strong, pretty girl. Okay, she's already got the black hair. Okay. She's Mexican. I think Wonder Woman's white, so I didn't go stereotypical.
But so this is once again, you are too caught up in the tropes of like these characters having to have physical characteristics of like race and hair color.
Dexter Lumis.
No, I agree, but I'm saying like
blonde hair.
You're justifying your Raquel Rodriguez, and I'm okay with the pick. I think it's a solid pick, but you're justifying it by going, she's not white. Who cares?
That's what my Wonder Woman is, a white woman.
All right, so you going Raquel.
My Wonder Woman is Mexican.
Bianca Belair. I don't think there's any other choice.
Okay.
I think
I could see that.
From the like muscular build to like the kind of happy personality, I think she fits at like you believe Bianca Belair will fuck somebody up.
I do think Bianca Belair
Belair. Yeah. I believe Bianca. So I go. So I got Austin Theory, Montez Ford as Superman, Austin Theory as Batman, Bianca Belair as Wonder Woman. Who do you have as the Flash?
You know who I have as the Flash?
Who do you have as the Flash?
Austin Theory. It's hands down Austin Theory.
But this is obvious. I can see
obviously because I think he looks like the Flash
looks guy. Like the Flash. He looks like the kid who plays the Flash in CW.
Yeah, he was the first person who like popped in my head. I was like, Austin Theory.
Definitely can see where we differ in our list is you are very you want a very comfortable, like recognizable commercial DCEU, whereas I'm going for a lot of what I'm doing is based on personality and how I think people respond to certain characters. The Flash to me was always a very likable character. He always kind of kept the group together, and that's why I went Sami Zayn.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
He's got the red hair and the red beard, which kind of give a little bit of the Flash.
Fire. I just think fire, Flash.
So I went with Sami Zayn because I just feel like he, like personality wise, he's the guy that keeps your group positive, keeps them together. And so that's why I think that Sami Zayn was my Flash.
Oh, nice.
All right. Let's go with our first villain.
Okay.
The Joker. And I think I honestly could predict your choice here.
Wait, I want to know, who do you think I chose as the Joker?
Seth Rollins.
No.
Really?
I did not choose him at all.
Who did you choose as the Joker?
I chose Sami Zayn as the Joker.
Interesting.
because if he's like this happy and stuff like that, there's a little bit of darkness that could be in him. And then I thought of like Heath Ledger Joker. That's like the Joker that popped in my head.
Okay.
And then like Sami Zayn's crazy hair. And I just feel like he could bring out like a darkness.
So my first instinct was Seth Rollins, was to go Seth Rollins as the Joker. But, but I pulled back because there was somebody who I've seen recently who gives me a lot of Joker vibes. And this is once again me pulling away from, if you're going to watch my DC extended universe, don't expect the normal. Okay. Expect things to be very like Alice in Wonderland and flipped on top of themselves, and it's not going to look familiar. But I have Rhea Ripley as my Joker. She's got look at next time you look at Rhea Ripley.
That's actually that's a really good pick. But I was almost going to joke with you and say, who are you going to pick? Liv Morgan?
No, I have Rhea Ripley as the Joker.
That's
I think
actually really good because when she does the whole,
if you just dyed her hair green, like I'm going to Photoshop for the cover of this video a picture of Rhea Ripley with green hair and like just slight like clown, like the hint of clown makeup. I think she could be the best looking Joker and flipping it upside down and doing the Joker as a it's very 2000
very progressive.
Very progressive.
Good job.
So that's where I'm going with the Joker. Let's go next. I have Aquaman.
Oh, that was easy.
Who'd you pick?
Who do you think I picked?
I have no clue.
Roman Reigns. He looks
exactly like Jason Momoa.
Yes, him and Jason Momoa could be like brothers.
I don't like my Aquaman. I don't like my Aquaman being the biggest person in my DC extended universe. So
Aquaman's meant to be.
I'm with you. That's a solid choice, and I think that it works on like a familiarity level.
And they kind of have similar personalities.
I went Mustafa Ali. I could see Mustafa Ali, the long hair, but it's kind of the same thing.
Kind of the same thing.
I went with a smaller version of Roman. I think Roman Reigns is too big. Like, to me, Roman Reigns is either Superman or he's not in my universe. It's the problem.
He would have made a good Superman.
He overshadows.
He didn't even cross my mind for Superman, but I just automatically, as soon as you said like Aquaman, I was like, oh, it's Roman Reigns.
He overshadows everybody to me. So I went Ricochet. I feel like I had the same idea that it was like a comfortable. He kind of has subliminally. I think
Oh, you chose Ricochet?
No. Did I say Mustafa Ali?
Mustafa Ali, yeah.
So let's go Robin, and I'll pick first because you just said it. I did Ricochet as my Robin. Once again, trying to break normal ideas. I think my Robin needs to be nimble and jump around and flip around. And
he was in the circus.
Yeah.
So that would make sense.
So I'm going with, I think Ricochet is my solid pick.
I'm going to go very stereotypical here.
Okay.
So I actually chose Johnny Gargano.
So once again, we see the difference in the list.
If you remember one time when he came out, I swear to God, he came out like in a Robin
themed. He had like blue, red, and yellow.
Yeah, like some sort of superhero type thing.
Agree.
But he reminds me of him. He's a little like him, and like the look is there.
Agree. Okay, so let's go Harley Quinn.
Okay, this was like a no-brainer. I mean,
so don't say Alexa Bliss because that.
It wasn't Alexa Bliss.
Did you go Liv Morgan?
I went Liv Morgan.
So that's who I had written down, but I've actually changed my mind. But go ahead and explain. Liv Morgan is, to me, the safest choice of all of them. But here's what I'm going to do.
It's really, really shallow of why I chose her, just because she's pretty and she looks like her.
Here's how I'm going to flip my DCEU on its head. Because I've already, if I have a female Joker, I want a male Harley Quinn. I like Dexter Lumis as like a psychotic, like prisoner Harley Quinn. Okay. Playing that role more seriously, but like maniacal, because Harley Quinn is like a so he starts as a doctor who then gets swayed by Rhea Ripley.
And he falls in love with the Joker.
Yes. And so you've got a flip, like a little bit of a flip.
Okay, and Harley can be a boy's name.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm seeing where I'm going. And that wasn't originally
your progressiveness.
This is me freestyling because I've got Liv Morgan. I have Liv Morgan. I think that's the safest.
Well, it still would have been progressive because then they would have been lesbians.
True, that's true.
Yeah.
But I think it hit me when you said Dexter Lumis that he needed to be in this universe. And I think Harley Quinn is where I put him.
That's actually a really good one. Yeah, I could see that.
All right, Catwoman.
Zelina Vega.
Ooh, I like that.
But you want to know where my mind went? So it went like Catwoman. I remember there was like the white lady, Michelle Pfeiffer, right?
Yeah.
Then I thought of Catwoman the movie, which was Halle Berry. So then I was like, who could it be? I had like a couple different people. I almost chose.
I really
almost chose Bianca Belair. And then I went, I was like, Zelina Vega. She's like little and she kind of reminds me of a cat. Like,
I regret not having that decision. I think that was a solid decision. I think that she plays that. I went Sonya Deville.
Okay.
She's always got the leather outfit on already, and she's got kind of the features of Catwoman. Catwoman typically has, which goes against everything on my list, right? Because my list broke all the stereotypical tropes, and then I get to Catwoman, and I go Sonya Deville. But I went. Okay. I don't. Okay. I'm not as confident about that pick after hearing.
I'm not either.
I think you.
I won.
You definitely won that round. And then last but not least, let's go Poison Ivy.
Okay.
Who did you have?
Becky Lynch.
So because of the hair?
No, what was it? Nicole Kidman was Poison Ivy, right? To me, Poison Ivy is kind of like a pretty, kind of like sexy lady, but kind of like mysterious.
Yes.
And like, to me, that's Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is like pretty. She's good at acting. The red hair kind of gave it to me. That was kind of what it was.
To me, Becky Lynch isn't. I feel like Poison Ivy to me has always been a smug character. I went Charlotte Flair.
I could see
Poison Ivy to me just always seems taller, always seems kind of smug and a little bit regal. And I think because we see Charlotte in the robes all the time that kind of look like they have vines. Yeah. I just could see. I
don't hate that answer. So
I like Becky Lynch too, so I'm okay with that. Okay. But that's the ones we had. If anybody else has anybody else they wanted, that was a lot of Batman. Now that I'm noticing, we basically cast Batman with a couple extra of the Justice League. But if anybody else has any other ideas, make sure to throw those in and let us know.
Mr. Freeze, go.
Mr. Freeze. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're just freestyling now. Mr. Freeze. Triple H.
Oh, that's a good one. I went no brows, Bobby Lashley.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
don't love that you refer to Bobby Lashley as no brows.
I think of people in pictures.
I do know you do that.
So it's not really meant to be like a mean thing, but like that's how I have to say things out loud.
It's not meant to be a mean thing.
It's not meant to be a mean thing.
First time you call someone no brows, I'm sure they love that. I like that. I like that choice though. Mm-hmm. That fits more into my universe with the diversity that I have in my universe. But I do like Bobby Lashley makes a solid.
Right? Couldn't you imagine him?
Yeah, I mean,
because he doesn't have to have the Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Braun Strowman is Bane.
Oh yeah.
Right, with all those wires and stuff hanging out of him, they're fucking like imposing.
I think.
I mean, now we're just throwing wrestlers out and casting them.
The one who was Selena Vega and La Phasma Fantasma. Uh-huh. What's his name? The big Mexican guy. I can't think of his name right now.
Why can I not think of his name right now?
Exactly. I can't think of his name either. Him.
What? Is Bane?
Bane. Yeah, shave his head.
Wait, which one are you talking about?
Bane is the one with the...
None of the people in that group are big.
The Mangasma Fantasma guy,
He's little.
But he's like muscular.
Yeah, but Bane was big.
But you can like shoot them up like they do Tom Cruise.
I mean, you have Braun Strowman already. Like, you don't need to shoot him up. He makes everybody look small. Mr. Freeze, Omos would work as a Mr. Freeze too. Because Mr. Freeze didn't have a ton of personality. He's kind of like a scientist and whatever. Yeah, okay. Whatever. You guys let us know if y'all have anybody else that you think should have been on the list. All right, Lauren, topic number 2. This is a question. There's been some things going on in the Rick and Morty universe. Apparently, the creator of Rick and Morty, Justin Roiland, has been caught doing some creepy stuff. And so it led me, after all the stuff that happened with Vince McMahon, where like it's questionable, but I don't know with Vince McMahon, like I don't know. Like, while it's questionable stuff, I don't know, like, if it's necessarily, like, the most damning stuff in the world.
He cheated on his wife.
He cheated on his wife.
He covered it up.
He spent company money. Like, those are all, like, shady business practices and, like, shady life practices. But I don't think they make him necessarily, like, unless... I think there's some sexual assault allegations, which then push him to the creepy side. But if it's the stuff I said first and not last, I don't think it's as bad. But the question I had is... Do you think it's appropriate to continue to enjoy like artwork or television shows or music of an artist or creator if they've been revealed to have done something that's like socially unacceptable?
So I think the easy answer is to say, yeah, sure, you shouldn't like them. But the truth is, I still listen to R. Kelly music. I still watch WWE.
So you're saying...
I'll still watch Rick and Morty because I just don't think about it. Like, I know whatever they did is wrong, right? I know that. And they know that. And everybody else knows that. But, like, I think Picasso was kind of an asshole, and people still fucking enjoy his artwork. You know, everybody does something shitty.
I don't know enough about Picasso. So I get where you're coming from. So your stance is that it is okay to continue, but do you feel hypocritical about it? I mean, because let's look at let's look at like the most famous probably references would be like Vince McMahon is recent. R. Kelly, you mentioned. Michael Jackson is one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Who we said the Justin Roiland. So there's quite a few instances of people doing shady.
I mean, there's that director
shit.
who did all those movies that people still watch.
Exactly.
Whatever his name was, the Nickelodeon guy.
There's the producer from Nickelodeon.
But they still air his TV shows, you know?
Here is ultimately my belief. And I guess it does differ a little bit from me depending on what the medium is, because with music tends to kind of be a reflection of people are playing less of a character when they're writing music, whereas somebody who's creating a television show is creating something outside of who they are. It's more of it's more of a fictional experience. And to me, I like to believe that art has to be separated from the artist and their personal actions as far as like it shouldn't diminish the work and your enjoyment of the work. When it comes to like Vince McMahon, there's too many other people involved.
That's what I actually had that written down, is that like they're not the only ones who made whatever it is. So why does everybody else have to suffer?
And I think that's why music, to me, like with Michael Jackson and R. Kelly, feels like it hits a little bit differently because it feels like they have a little more ownership over their product, even though they don't. There's producers and there's engineers and there's A&Rs and there's a whole team that goes into it. But for some reason, I tend to, with like television, want to not be as aggressive in like taking don't watch Rick and Morty, because you have the people who draw the show. You have people who voice the show outside of the man who did the shit.
Yeah.
And to me, you can't devalue what they do. And I do believe he should be removed.
Oh, definitely.
From the show, and the show can move on and you can figure out how you're going to do it moving forward. But I don't think that I have to hate. I hear people who go, well, I'm just not going to watch Rick and Morty. And I don't believe that, like, if you continue to watch Rick and Morty, that shouldn't be viewed as an endorsement.
I'm not supporting what the fuck the motherfucker did or anything that bad shit that they did at all. But like we had talked about it like previously, where remember we rated douchebag wrestlers at one time,
yes.
Douchebaggery things, right? So I mean, if you literally talked about every douchey thing that one of the wrestlers did, would we have any wrestlers left?
I mean, I really agree, right? Is like, to me, there is a separation between like I can't lump everybody, but you're right. When you look at like a roster of wrestling, you can literally go down the WWE roster and say, this guy's done this. Triple H has done this. This person's done this. And like, from a podcasting standpoint, I get that being like hyper reactive. That's what a lot of people don't understand when you podcast and you make stuff like we do, is you have to hyper react to things, right? So when we do a segment about calling someone a douchebag, ultimately, I think Triple H overall seems to be like a good person, right?
Yeah.
He's done some fucked up things in his past. To create things that are entertaining for people to listen to, you have to hyper sensationalize those things and go, these are the douchebag awards, right?
Yeah.
And it was something that then gets feedback and it's back and forth. And even like when we're podcasting, we're turned up to level 11, right? It's not necessarily everything you believe. You take what you believe and you turn it up and you try to make it entertaining. And where I'm going with that is just like, I mean, I kind of lost my train of thought, but because I got off on the tangent of saying like we turn ourselves up to 11, but it's just like these are characters, and so
you have to separate the character and the product from the person,
and it's hard. I get it because it's on a case by case basis. Because
I agree, because there's certain people and certain things that they've done, like I just personally can't watch it.
Like when Hulk Hogan shows up, sometimes I feel like racist. Right. Yeah. But then like you say like Matt Riddle has done some things that seem questionable, allegedly. Yeah. I don't know for sure. And I don't turn on the TV, and when Matt Riddle comes out, I don't go like wife cheater or like, what would you call it?
An adulterer.
Adulteress. Yeah. Like that's not the first thing that jumps into my head. Right. When I see Ric Flair, I tend to think of like the shit from like the helicopter. That's one way to say it. Versus like when I see someone else like Seth Rollins, who I think has cheated on people that were in the wrestling business. And so,
or like, didn't John Cena cheat on his wife or girlfriend or something?
I believe so. Like all of this stuff. The other problem is what is real and what isn't. I don't know, because I'm not a student of like the douchebaggery. I find a lot of that stuff to be funny, and I do have kind of a darker sense of humor. So I find some of that stuff to be funny just because that's how I process that information. And that's why I'm able to do like the douchebag awards and not really feel like everybody has something fucked up in their past, and you can put a spotlight on it, and it makes it,
yes,
it can be kind of funny, even though it's probably not funny to the people who are involved in it. But that's what fucking entertainment. That's what's lost in like the world of comedy today, is that like we're not allowed to say shit that's funny, that's stereotypical, that has no malintent.
Yeah.
When there's no malintent, I don't understand the problem, right? There are things that are funny that are wrong to say.
Yeah.
And people who get canceled for that shit, I think that's a problem. But when I look at like the shit that Justin Rowland did, I think he like kidnapped somebody.
Yeah, that's
he like kept a girl captive, and then like allegedly he's like used his fame to like creep on younger girls.
Yeah, that's like 100% not okay.
Like you gotta go, like, dude.
That's disgusting.
You gotta go. And like, but to me, it doesn't affect my ability to watch Rick and Morty, because if Rick and Morty was portraying these weird themes that like his life, if it was mirroring his life, then I'd go, okay, hold on. This is fucking weird. I can't follow this. But I can separate the art from Justin Rowland. Even with Michael Jackson, I can separate the music from what he was alleged to have done. Yeah. R. Kelly is a little harder, because when you're peeing on people,
it's really gross. It's really gross, but I still really like Recognition.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain songs that like transcend, but like
I don't sit there and listen to it every day.
I had a friend in college who
peed on people.
No. He used to. He could take like the song like by Michael Jackson, and he would go like, listen to this song, but think of the things he's done wrong.
Yeah,
and then like you're like, oh, fuck, this song doesn't seem fun anymore. No. This song could have some very different vibe.
But if you really sat and listened to like a lot of older songs too, they're very creepy. It's
you brought this up to me the other day.
The Get Out of My Mind, My Love for You is way out of line. Like all that shit.
You brought that up.
You're talking about a fucking underage girl, you creepy fuck.
I'm not a historical music person. I am very like stuck in the early 2000s and late 90s for music.
Me too.
That's kind of my comfortable zone that I stay in. I don't go pre 1990. Like
there's tons of like musicians and stuff who have like adopted young girls and then taken them on their tour, but it's at that point it's the parents' fault because they allowed them to go.
Hollywood is a fucking.
So I mean that's all type of
Hollywood
gross
is a
little
weird
thing. I don't want to go down
weird place. But to wrap it all up, I think. I mean, let us know in the comments if we're wrong, but I do believe that it's my point of view that you can't. I don't blame anybody who goes, I won't watch Rick and Morty again.
You're allowed to have that opinion.
But I think from me, I am able to separate the art from the artist. All right, Lauren, topic number 3 for the week. So this topic morphed as the week went on last week as I was trying to plan out this topic for the show. It started off, I wanted to do a topic as I prepare. I'm starting a health journey this year. I'm going to attempt to lose 50 pounds in the next 10 months. So that's
all right, let's go.
5 pounds a month for the next 10 months. I think it's very doable. I'm going to stick to it this time. And I want to get healthy because I want to be healthy. I don't want to be unhealthy. But so how this topic kind of came to be was it started with this idea of I used to get a kick out of when I would talk to people and tell them that Caesar salads were unhealthy. That Caesar salads were some of the most unhealthy items on like a fast food menu or a restaurant menu, which got me to thinking like I wanted to do a topic on all of the foods that people think are healthy that actually aren't. And researching, like there's not a lot of like big surprises. For the most part, I think people are pretty spot on, but Caesar salad's always one that I talk to people.
I didn't know that.
And it throws them off.
I didn't know that ranch dressing had so many calories until you told me.
Yes. And like Caesar salad is because it has mayonnaise in it.
I love mayo.
So that's why. But so then this topic kind of morphed from that into, well, what are just the highest caloric foods in the world? Which then morphed into, I found an article in my research that was the highest calorie item on every fast food menu.
All right, let's go.
And so I'm going to bring this article up and we're going to run through some of these and talk about each one here. This article comes from listwire.usatoday.com and it is titled The Highest Calorie Food Item at These Top Tier Fast Food Restaurants. Okay. And there's 30 on here. We'll go through the ones that we know and the ones that are kind of the craziest. Let's start with McDonald's, right? Everybody loves McDonald's.
Let me guess. Is it the Big Mac?
So it's not the Big Mac. The Big Mac,
Okay.
I like that. Why don't you throw a guess out when I give you a restaurant?
Yeah, I like it. Okay.
So the highest caloric item on the McDonald's menu is a double quarter pounder with cheese. And it comes in at 780 calories.
Wow.
Now, if you throw this into a combo, as McDonald's likes to do, you get 290 calories with a large Coke, 510 with fries. So if you're knocking back a double quarter pounder meal, you're knocking back 1,600 calories.
That's fucking crazy.
At McDonald's.
That's a lot of meat, bro.
That's a lot of, what is it? The average diet's like 2,000 calories, right? That's just based on like being completely generalized.
Yeah.
And like not men, not women.
Yeah.
That's just like the standard, what they go off of. So you're talking like 1,600. That's your day's shot. If you get you a double, I know people who knock back the large double quarter pounder meal. I've known people who do that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go Burger King. What do you think about Burger King? Some of these items I've never heard of, by the way. So there's something called a triple stacker king.
Oh, fuck.
I'm guessing this is a 3 meat bad boy.
How do you even fit that in your mouth? Like,
why are you eating it? Things like that are going to get clipped for the internet, just so you know, when you make faces like that. 1,370 calories, sandwich alone.
Fuck, that's
by itself.
crazy.
That's not throwing in fries. It features 3/4 pound beef patties, bacon, cheese, a special sauce on a sesame seed bun.
And no, right, thank you.
Wendy's.
Wendy's. Oh, the Baconator.
So that's what I thought too. There's something called the Swasum Bacon Classic.
What the fuck is
some of these are items that I don't even know about, right?
Like disgusting. I just feel like, ew.
And so the theme here is that if you add more patties, the calories go up.
Yeah.
So the Swasum burger has 3 patties, bacon. It has 710 calories from fat and 1,100 calories total.
Oh my God.
Okay, so let's get off of the burgers here and let's jump to Chick-fil-A. Okay. Because I thought this was interesting. Because there's a lot of people who will tell you that everything at Chick-fil-A is pretty healthy.
It's not.
That you're pretty safe if you eat at Chick-fil-A. But there is some things, and this surprised me.
I think I actually know this one because I've looked at their menu before.
Go for it.
Is it their like wrap? Their like chicken wrap or whatever?
No. The sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit.
Oh.
A breakfast item comes in at 670 calories and it has 19 grams of saturated fat.
Is that a lot?
That's 95% of your daily saturated fat.
Where does it come from? Is that from the sausage?
It's got, sausage, egg. Eggs can be, but you just don't know what's in each item that they're putting in there.
Is there mayo?
But I'm talking about you're starting off your day. That's a wrap on the rest of the day. If you go to Chick-fil-A and you're knocking back a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit in the morning, you're done.
Well, also it's probably like a little bitty biscuit. So I'm sure people order like 2 sausage.
Ooh, you talking about someone eating 2 of those things?
Yeah.
Like this changes the way I look at food. Like sometimes I used to order like 2 bacon, egg, and cheese bagels. Yeah. And I read the other day, bagels are terrible for you.
Are they really? Why?
Oh, horrible.
Why?
We'll have to look that up after the show, or someone let us know. But there's I think it's the amount of carbohydrates that are in a bagel is like ridiculous.
I love a bagel. You know what the best way to make a bagel though is you gotta like toast it, then you put some butter on it, then you put some cream cheese on it, and then you put some jelly on it.
Gotcha. Okay, Popeyes.
Okay, Popeyes. Their sandwich.
It's the spicy chicken sandwich
with mayo. Because they have like special
it's got
mayo.
Like the spicy mayo is what made it spicy, right?
Yeah, which is fucked up because when they had that whole like, let's go get some chicken sandwiches, I thought the spicy one would have like actual spicy chicken.
Well, so hold on. I don't get this.
The mayo makes it spicy.
Right here it says it's 700 calories for the spicy and the non-spicy is 699.
It's the mayo.
1 calorie? There's 1 calorie in the spicy sauce?
I don't know.
That's weird. Maybe what it is, this is what I'm going to guess, is that the spicy version uses a spicy mayo and the regular one, they put regular mayo on it.
Yeah.
There has to be because there wouldn't be a 1 calorie difference. Taco Bell.
Ooh.
Taco Bell.
The crunch wrap burrito or whatever.
I don't even know. See, like everything at Taco Bell to me is essentially the same item.
Yeah. Oh no, is it the like cheesy quesadilla?
The double XL grilled stuffed burrito with beef is 880 calories.
Okay, well I feel like anytime you put double XL on there.
And it says here that on average most people order 2 of these.
Oh my God.
So you're knocking back 60. Well, when have you ever gone to a Taco Bell and ordered 1 fucking item? Like, when is that ever? Anybody who goes to Taco Bell orders 2 to 3 tacos, right? Like, it's standard.
I like their Power Bowl. That's really good.
Well, you can eat healthy at Taco Bell or healthier, but I mean, like, you talk about knocking.
But the one thing I hate about Taco Bell is I feel like anytime that I go there, I'm never full.
Well, you're not full after one. You ain't gonna be full after 1 double XL grilled stuffed burrito. Side note here, saw a crazy thing.
Okay.
I saw somebody go to Taco Bell.
Okay.
Now, I don't even know the calories that are in this thing, but this felt like something we should try for fun.
Okay.
And they made a queso taco.
The fuck is a queso taco?
A monster queso taco. They ordered a chicken quesadilla. You know the quesadilla.
Yes, we love those.
It's like half of a folded over large tortilla with chicken, cheese, and that sauce they put in there, right? So they order that, and they specifically say, do not cut it. Right, so you can order it online. Say don't cut the flour tortilla, and so you get 1 big chunk of quesadilla.
Yeah,
they take that quesadilla and they order 3 crunchy tacos. Okay. Then you open up the quesadilla.
Okay.
And you place said tacos.
Okay.
In a triangle formation. Reclose said quesadilla, and you have this giant quesadilla that is filled with crunchy beef tacos.
Ooh.
I'm guessing the calories on that are insane, but
yeah,
is there a payoff in flavor?
Well, there's like 700 calories in the quesadilla. Then there's like 200 calories in each one, 246.
So you're barely passing the double XL grilled
yeah, you're right there up there with him.
Okay, let's go KFC.
Oh.
This is where I said some of these items I don't even know.
What was delicious and I used to love?
So I saw that on a list of just general.
It was the 2 grilled chicken with the cheese in between. Oh my God, I used to eat that and then I'd put like a slab of mayo in there.
So I love mayo. They had a grilled version?
Yeah, they had a grilled version.
I'd only ever seen, you're talking about this monstrosity that KFC used to do where they just took the bread and they said, throw that shit in the trash can.
Yeah.
And they replaced the bread with 2 pieces of chicken, and then
there was no bread.
In the middle was what?
Cheese
and bacon.
Cheese and bacon.
So we're talking.
It was chicken
patty,
cheese bacon,
chicken patty.
Fuck
and
yeah.
You just greasy hands and held this thing.
I gotta do the visuals with it. I'm sorry. It's so good.
You greasy handed.
I loved it.
I never had one of those, but I imagine the calories.
I was fancy though. I'd eat it like with a fork and a knife.
Oh, you cut it up. You cut it up. So KFC apparently has something called a chicken and waffle sandwich.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
And it comes in at 1,100 calories. And I'm guessing that this is what you're talking about, but instead of bread, this is going to be probably chicken waffle.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah. But it sounds like 1,100 calories.
Not for 1,100 calories, it doesn't. But yes, go.
And wait, what is... Oh, and if you put syrup on it, add 80 calories. Who's eating this thing without syrup on it? Like, who's eating chicken and waffles?
What kind of monster does that?
Why are you getting chicken and waffles if you're not putting syrup on it? Okay, Panera. I thought this one was interesting. What do you think about Panera? What do you think is the highest item on that menu?
They're potatoes.
Barbecue chicken mac and cheese. That's deceiving to me because anytime I hear barbecue chicken, I think maybe high in sugar, but like protein and calories. This is probably 1,300 or 1,130 calories.
Damn.
180% of the recommended saturated fat.
Nice.
That's bad, man.
But it's all natural, though.
All natural.
Resourced.
Starbucks. I know this is one of your favorites. Starbucks is one of your favorite restaurants.
It's got to be a drink.
No, it's food. We're talking food here.
Oh.
And it's actually on, like, in comparison to most things now, what I take into consideration, things at Starbucks are miniature sized.
Okay.
But let's go.
It's going to be like their peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Bacon, sausage, and egg wrap. I'm noticing a theme here with the sausage.
Sausage is bad.
27 grams of protein in this breakfast item will give you 54% of your daily recommended intake, 650 calories in one little sandwich.
Oh. I didn't even know there was a sausage, bacon, whatever one there.
Let's go. I'm just going to quickly roll off some of these other ones. Panda Express, the Beijing beef has 520 calories.
Damn.
So if you're thinking you're skipping something there.
Yeah.
White Castle, which we don't have here.
I'm going to go there one day.
Mac and cheese nibblers are 800 calories.
Yep.
Jimmy John's, a club tuna on French bread.
Gross.
1,050 calories.
Well, if you're eating that, you just deserve to die because that's disgusting.
Jack in the Box, a grande sausage breakfast burrito, which I would never order.
Breakfast burritos sound like they're pretty shitty.
A breakfast burrito sounds like they're just going to kill you.
Yeah.
Whataburger, the Monterey Melt is 1,100 calories.
Well, I don't know what the Monterey Melt is, but.
Is there anything else here? Dunkin' Donuts.
Ooh, what's on Dunkin' Donuts?
The all-you-can-meat breakfast sandwich has 800 calories.
Goddamn.
Scares me to know though that I love Dunkin' Donuts bacon, egg, and cheese.
Sourdough bread. I like that.
No, bagel. But I get it on bagel, and I don't get
on sourdough bread.
I don't want to know the calories in that.
There's actually not a lot that I like.
Okay, so a slice of Papa John's pizza is 410 calories
for one slice of pizza.
One slice.
Is that cheese pizza?
It just says slice of pizza, and add 150 calories if you're gonna put garlic sauce on that.
Oh my god, they could love that garlic sauce.
That's like 600 calories a slice.
Oh shit, fuck.
I mean, you talk about how you could add it up, right?
Yeah.
Domino's, the chicken carbonara
what kind of monster
pasta.
eats one piece of pizza?
Nobody does. That you're a monster. Like if you do that, don't eat pizza.
Yeah.
Meat lovers, pizza at Pizza Hut, Chipotle, steak burrito. That's it.
All right.
Crazy though, right? Like that's some of those. My takeaway from reading that list is number one, you're a fucking monster if you eat a hamburger with more than one patty.
Yeah.
Like we've had this conversation outside of this topic.
I like thin patties. I'm not a thick burger person.
The optimal way to eat a hamburger is bread, meat, cheese, one slice of cheese, one piece of meat, and then whatever toppings you want go on top of that so that there's a flavor profile where you can taste everything. This is the issue. When you add double meat to a hamburger, all you taste is the meat. So just eat 2 meat patties.
Yeah.
Don't eat all the other shit. You don't taste the cheese anymore. You don't taste the ketchup, the mustard, the pickles, any of that. So, bread, none of that. When there's 2, you're talking, you're stacking 3 pieces of meat on top of each other.
That's just a lot.
It's just meat. You're eating grease. That's it.
Yeah.
So that's what I take away from this is like, you're safer if you order meat, a hamburger with 1 patty, you're going to stay in a safer range. It looks to me like if you get anything with sausage, you're just like sticking a knife in your heart.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm not a huge sausage person.
I'm not either. It always makes me throw up after. Oh man, let's tell this fucking story.
Oh yeah.
The other day we go, you like to, so your big deal is you like to order things on the app and then go pick them up from the store, which I don't understand. That's what the drive-through was invented for, but it's okay. Cool.
Because you use points. That's why I do it. You get points.
Great. I'm great for the points because here's what happens when you do this. When you order something on the app and then you show up to pick up that item, they hand you a bag that has been prepared, which means it's been sitting there, and they hand you that bag and you take that bag home. And I'm so excited. I'm so ready to eat my favorite Dunkin' Donuts treat, a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. And what happens? I pull it out, I unwrap it from its wrapper, and what do I see? A sausage, egg, and cheese bagel. And I immediately call you and go, hey, I think you got my order wrong. And you go, no, this is exactly what I ordered. It's on the app. So I look at the bag, and on the bag it says, ran out of bacon, substituted sausage. What kind of fucking psychopath thinks it's okay to substitute sausage for bacon? Never. That is never going to be okay. Never.
It's not. How do you run out of bacon, though?
I'm more okay if you just don't put bacon on it and give me eggs and cheese. But you tried to murder me, Dunkin' Donuts, by throwing a sausage patty onto my bagel. And here's the problem with sausage, right? Because you did the amazing thing. As a loving wife, you came home. And I called you and I said, there's a problem with this sandwich. And you did. I give you your props.
New ones.
You did offer to give me new ones. Didn't want to make you drive back to Dunkin' Donuts. You said, we have some bacon. I'll fry you up some bacon and put it on the sandwich. You fried up the bacon real nice and crispy, perfect. Opened up the sandwich, took the sausage off, put the bacon on. Here's the problem.
It still had the sausage.
Sausage is a fucking aggressive meat. It had soaked into the egg. It had soaked its way up into the bread. It had turned the cheese slightly brown. And it just tasted like sausage was still in the mix.
I hate
and
sausage.
It ruined the entire experience. You did eat the sausage.
But I actually only ate half of the sausage, though, because like as I ate it, like I wanted to throw up.
Sausage makes
me want to throw up.
I hate sausage.
But I do kind of like
I'll eat like barbecued sausage. But even then, it's not my favorite barbecue meat. That's a topic for another time, is ranking barbecue meats.
All right,
definitely next week, we will probably rank barbecue meats because I think that would be fun.
Yes, sir.
But that's the topic.
Okay.
All right, Lauren, the final topic of the week. This was an interesting one. And I saw this somewhere. I saw somebody talking about this, and it clicked to me that this is kind of an interesting thing. And I don't want you to think of this in like a metaphorical way because it's not as deep as I'm trying to make it. But what I want to talk about here is like, if you look back at your life, and especially as your childhood, I want to talk about the things that you think defined and molded who you became, and kind of who the person that you became today. What can you equate to, like even like a timeline of like how you came to be who you are and things that affected you? And I know, like, when I brought this up to you, you really like, you took it like metaphorically, like, oh, this is some deep shit. And I was like, no, like television shows, like music you listen to, maybe movies, things like that. Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
You go first.
All right. So the way I look at like my life is there's kind of chapters. Like and I think it's a lot of it is by schooling, right? So I don't have a lot of memory before I was in school. That's pretty normal. So I have elementary school, I have middle school, I have high school, I have college, and then I have what I call adult life, right? 20s, 30s, as I'm late 30s now. So I start off elementary school. All I can really remember that shaped my life was like Saturday morning cartoons.
Ooh, I love that.
And most specifically, I think that if you grew up like if 85, 86, 84, I think Ninja Turtles are going to be in that like atmosphere. Like Ninja Turtles were the thing. I think I was on the tail end of Ghostbusters, which I did like Ghostbusters a lot, but like Ninja Turtles really shaped like my idea of life. I had like every Ninja Turtle mask, costume. It's like a sandbox that was a turtle. I probably had turtle underwear. I probably had turtle sheets and posters and like I said, every toy. My mom used to bring me like a Ninja Turtles toy if I got good grades at school. So like that, to me, like there's a big part of me that can remember early elementary school. That's kind of what defined me. Then if I move a little bit forward, as I got like, I believe it was like third and fourth grade, basketball took over my life. I had played soccer. I might have played baseball one year, but basketball, I fell in love with basketball. And from that point on up until college, that was the main theme of my life. But also that's when I remember like, I watched a ton of basketball documentaries, which I talked to you about this a lot. Mm-hmm. I have a high like motivation and drive to get things done and do things. And like, I don't believe anything should slow you down. And I equate that to watching documentaries of like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, who like in these documentaries, Lauren, they would like break their leg or something, and they would take them back to the locker room, and like 2 minutes later they're wrapped up with like a wood splint coming back out and like, fucking put me back in the game. Yeah, I'm playing. And so I've always had this mentality, basically, and it's gonna sound fucked up, but like, you're a pussy if you quit. Yeah, like if you like, you better be dying if you're not going to obtain the goal that you set for yourself. That's why I watch like pro sports today, and someone gets like a fucking finger dislocated and they're like, well, they're out. They got to worry about their safety. From like my mentality of watching like Michael Jordan and Larry Bird and Magic Johnson and those people, I developed this idea of like, you play when you have a fever, right? You do that. So that was a big part. But in turn, like at the same time, I was like a Nickelodeon kid. And so like Rugrats, Rocko's Modern Life, that kind of shaped out who I was. And I really think like I do have kind of a darker sense of humor. Typically it's all inside my head, just the way I view the world. But like, I think a lot of that came from like Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, I fucking loved Ren and Stimpy. Right,
because it was a little bit darker. Like kids today don't have that like slight dark element in their comedy.
All Real Monsters, Ren and Stimpy, Rocko's Modern Life.
Like cartoons today, like Rocko's Modern Life had some political themes going on as part of it. If you really look back at like the pollution and things like that, whereas like cartoons today are designed to just like, they talk about like Coco Melon and those things, just keep kids' attention. Yeah. I think our cartoons were a little more like,
they're kind of almost like slower, but like it had, like, I don't know. Like our kids didn't like certain cartoons that I try to show to them.
No, I agree. You try and show a kid these days like cartoons from our time, and they just don't. It doesn't, like, you can tell there's a definite change, and like, and there's like, look, even before then there was like Hanna-Barbera, Flintstones, and Jetsons.
I liked all those.
That then transitioned into kind of the Nickelodeon.
I love all cartoons though.
I know you do.
I'm like a big old cartoon freak.
So then from there, I can remember kind of transitioning into like the family sitcom, and I think I got a lot of my moral values, honestly, from watching shows like Full House and Family Matters and like Saved by the Bell and different shows like that, that I think for some reason I would click with those kind of shows and take morals out of the show. Then from there, I remember going into middle school and wrestling took over. And so I think I got a little bit of like personality from the Attitude Era and like things that I probably shouldn't have been watching in middle school. Whereas I know you're going to talk about some different stuff, but like, wrestling was kind of my like escape, and it was different, and it felt like I was watching, like I said, something I shouldn't be watching. Yeah. And then from there it spiraled into, I remember becoming a big Dave Chappelle fan, which kind of skewed my idea for comedy. Even today, like I share a lot of the views of like, I don't think things should be offensive. I don't think anything should ever be considered offensive, because when you give words power, it's so fucking stupid. Yeah. And you should be able to say things that hurt people's feelings and laugh about them, especially when there's not malintent. When you're trying to be mean-spirited, you're a bad person. Yeah. But if you make a funny joke that is grounded in racism, whether it's about white people, black people, Mexican people, if it is a joke and it is meant to create humor and not hurt people's feelings, I think that there is value in being able to come together as different races, even and joke about stereotypes. Not saying that,
like, I'm a Mexican woman, but how come I don't cook and clean?
That's what I'm. But I mean, that joke should be able to be said and be laughed at, because it's not, there's no malintent behind it. No. It is just something that comedy brings people together. And I think the reason that you have so many people that are assholes today is because this leads into kind of one of my other things is like Judd Apatow movies played a huge role in my life. And that's like 40-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up, Superbad, Step Brothers, Bridesmaids, Anchorman. Those movies that were offensive to be offensive. Yeah. Right? They used comedy in a way that was meant to offend you, and you laughed and you left the movie theater and it was funny and you knew you couldn't go say that shit, but it was shit that made you laugh and made you feel good. And these days, like, what is the last good fucking comedy movie? that you've seen? Like I got online the other day and looked up just politically incorrect comedy movie, and they just don't exist. Will Ferrell's not making them anymore.
Bridesmaids, maybe, but that's even.
But that's long. Like movie. Bridesmaids is what year is Bridesmaids? 2000. I don't know, but 11.
That's like the most recent funny movie that I can think of.
And yeah, I'm with you, but like I don't.
I honestly don't know.
Like the comedies to me is dead. Dave Chappelle, like stand-up comedians, there's a few of them like Joe Rogan, Dave Chappelle. There's a few of them that keep it alive. But for the most part, like this political correctness to me has more of a negative effect than it does a positive effect on people and their ability to associate. If everything you say has to be touched with white gloves, I think, and that's to me, in bringing it back to the topic, that's what kind of shaped me. Like I have inside, I believe I'm morally good. And I always want the best for people.
You're one of the best people I know.
But I'm also able to like talk shit and have fun and have a thick skin and understand the difference in what a joke is and what is like meant to be offensive.
Yeah.
What I mean, do you want to add to yours?
God damn, you went real fucking deep in there.
Well, we don't have to. I mean, we just bounce.
No. So like, I mean, like, of course, like I've always loved cartoons, like ever since I was little. So it would have been like the Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy. Clueless was like super big to me in elementary school. That's also when I started watching MTV,
which I knew you were going to go to.
Road Rules, Singled Out, which I should have not been watching any of those. The Jenny Jones Show, I used to love to watch, like scared, like when the kids would be bad and they're like, "We're going to scare you straight" or whatever.
I mean, I remember those. I don't think I watched them.
I did.
Regularly.
I'd get in trouble all the time. I'd wake up at like 1 o'clock in the morning to watch them and Ricky Lake and stuff like that.
Never by myself. I never watched.
I did.
Them.
I watched them all the time because I wasn't supposed to watch them. Then like middle school, I think that's when like Alanis Morissette, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera. I was a big MTV watcher. I definitely was.
I can see that.
Like into that.
Yeah.
Movies, definitely love all of the like Grandma's Boy.
I think that's why we get along. We do have the same sense of humor. We can make a joke.
But I'm also the kid that used to like sit and like make myself fall so people would laugh.
Yeah, I agree.
Like that's just kind of who I was. And then, you know, in college, it was just like gay club music.
You listen to like a lot of like club music. And yeah. So I get it. Music to me.
But I've always loved cartoons, like no matter what. I don't care how old I get. And anybody who ever is like, cartoons are for kids only. Now, fuck you, motherfucker. Cartoons are for life.
I'll tell you a funny story. Is music for me has never had like an emotional connection or an influence on me, because if you look at my music listening history, it is the weirdest mishmash of like I always listen to music that is opposite of who I am. So like I started like first listening to like hard rock music, which I never was, like Chumbawamba and things like that. That's kind of where I started listening to music. Then I got into like Master P and hip hop music, and I've never, like playing basketball, I was around the culture a lot, but I never was influenced by the culture. I was always just kind of me. I always kind of was like,
well, you've never done drugs. You never drank, you know?
So I've never drank, never done drugs. So then that led me into like my Eminem and 50 Cent phase, which most white kids went through. But like, you know, that's all about like fucking guns and killing and drugs. I loved
50 Cent.
Yeah. And you know, I never was like, I kind of listened to it from like, it was almost like listening to stories to me.
Yeah.
But then, you know, more recently, like my music is, I listen to like Wallpaper, which is 100% college drinking music. And I don't drink and I don't do drugs. And now I listen to like the Dirty Heads, which is like pothead music.
Yeah.
That I absolutely love. The Gym Class Heroes has always been a music that did kind of resonate with me.
Yeah.
And why it's my favorite music of all time comes from the Gym Class Heroes. But even now, I'm listening to a lot of these like TikTok. I don't like. I think they're Christian artists. I'm not sure. They're pop artists.
Yeah.
But it's just like,
when you look at their profile, they say Christian.
A lot of them say like Christian rapper.
But I
and
guess
stuff
you
like
said
that.
it's like just because they don't cuss or say bad things.
I think it's because they don't have like drug themes and things like that. But it's just interesting to me that music has never like played. Sometimes I hear you like your emotional state is very tied to music you're listening to. Like if
definitely.
you're upset, I hear you listening to certain music and I'm like, oh God, don't go in that room tonight.
I've never ever noticed that in my life until you were the one who has pointed it out to me.
Whereas I think for me, music doesn't, it's not as dependent on my emotions. I guess sometimes when I'm mad, I will play like,
oh, you fucking put on Eminem and I know exactly which songs it is. And then I'm like,
I think more of that's like a signal to you of like, leave me alone.
I know what it means.
But yeah, I think it's interesting because it's interesting to look back, like to do a retrospective of like the things that bring you to where you are. It's crazy. And then to like look at our kids and see, I noticed today, just like, fucking iPads. Yeah. Like our kids, well, I love spending time with our kids and hanging out, but they would rather hit YouTube, hit play, and just be lost in that world and that conversation. And you have to tell them like, hey man, let's turn that off for a minute. Let's hang out. And then
you definitely have to watch what they're watching more closely. Cause like I should not have been watching fucking MTV or any of that shit.
Yeah. But what I was going was like, it's funny because once you peel them away from that world, you see the enjoyment they get from like, let's play a board game.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Let's hang out. And all of a sudden, they're super interested.
They're like, come spend time with me.
Well, and our kids are good. They enjoy spending time with us, but they also do have their electronics and like those. And it's funny to me because we saw the thing on TikTok about a lady saying like, as kids, we wanted to be invisible. We didn't want to be on our parents' radar. Whereas it feels like to me, our kids want to watch YouTube, but they need to know that like we're in the room and like, hey, look at this. Hey, pay attention to me. And that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's just funny how different generations. Is true. And I'm sure if we brought like our parents on here, they would talk about like us in an entirely different way.
My mom told me that like the whole neighborhood, like all the kids would hang out together and that they'd all go to the pool together and like just roam the streets. And then they'd all come back home at like dinner time.
Yeah.
And then that's it. And then I remember when we were younger, like my mom would just drop us off at like the pool for swim practice and we stayed and then we just stayed the whole day.
So let me ask you this question. We'll kind of end on this question. This is something that I kind of ponder. Do you think like our kids are allowed to go in the front yard and to the neighbor's yard because we know the neighbors really well and that's it? Like if you cross that boundary, you're fucking in trouble. Come back inside. We're gonna have a long talk. Mm-hmm. We talk about your parents being able to just wander around. Do you think that there's more creepy people and more bad situations in the world today, or are we just more as parents more aware of what's going on?
No, I love murder mysteries and all that stuff. So this shit has always been around. It is only that we are able to have access to more information about like where the pedophiles are at or like what the fuck is going on in the world. But it's always been there.
That's scary.
So
very scary. Don't like that.
But that's also why I'm like, nope, you stay next to me, children.
All right, last bonus topic of the day. This is if you've made it all the way through Friday's version of the episode, you get a bonus pop culture draft, whatever we're going to call it. This week, we're going to do candy bars. Is that officially what we're calling it? Candy bars?
Yes, candy bars.
See, I think you're playing with it the same way I am. Candy bars.
Candy bars.
We're not saying chocolate candy bars. We're saying candy bars.
Candy bars.
All right. I had first pick last draft.
You can go first.
I will concede first pick to you.
You can go first. I don't like to go first.
You're going to just give me first pick in the draft. I'm not sure you understand how drafts work. All right. If you're giving me first pick, I'm jumping into this thing right off the bat. I think Twix is my number one pick. To me, Twix is number one pick in the draft as is, and then if you put it in the refrigerator, it's like times 100 first in the pick. It's cookie, caramel, chocolate. It's minus all of the bullshit that makes candy bad. Twix is the number one pick. It's the only choice for number one pick in the draft.
I do like Twix.
What do you got? Number two pick in the draft.
A Kit Kat.
Round one.
A Kit
Kat. That's solid. Mm-hmm. Kit Kat.
Wait, how do you eat a Kit Kat?
How do I eat a Kit Kat? Mm-hmm. What is
like? How do you eat a Kit Kat?
Is there more than one way to eat a Kit Kat?
Fuck yeah, there's more than one way. There's the wrong way and the right way.
So if you're referring to I break them apart and then Oh, wait. No. Okay. I think I know where you're going with this. I just eat a Kit Kat. I break it apart and eat it. You dissect it in your mouth, don't you?
Yes.
You have separate the wafer from...
No, you have to bite off each side of the chocolate. Then you have to separate the wafers, and you eat one wafer at a time.
You make life so much more complicated than it has to be.
Delicious.
Like, you just eat it. They spent millions of dollars coming up with the optimal way to consume the chocolate and the wafer.
Just try it one time.
Okay, next time I'll try it.
Try it.
But I think, to me, Kit Kat is that was that, like, 1 and 2 off the board. That's where you've got to go.
Zinger.
So, all right. So I'm going to hit you number 2 here. Or this is third pick, second round, first pick. I'm going. Or wait, no. You get to pick 2 in a row. That's a snake draft. Snake draft.
Oh, okay. Reese's.
We're not going back and forth.
Reese's peanut butter cups for $300.
It's not in the shape of a bar.
It comes in a bar. It's a candy bar.
I'm going to call bullshit on this.
Can I buy a candy bar from the store? Sure. Go get some Reese's.
What is so on the packaging? It's a Reese's peanut butter
cup bars.
Cup?
Bars.
Cup?
Bars.
No, it's a cup. We're going to put an asterisk next to that choice. That is questionable. We're going to have to go to the judges.
Candy bars.
We're going to have to go to the judges. The people are going to have to let us know in the comments. Is a Reese's peanut butter cup, is it a candy bar or is it a peanut butter cup that comes in packaging shaped like a bar?
So it's a candy bar.
All right, my second round pick here is going to be the Heath bar.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And or Score bar. I'm not.
No. It's one or.
It's the Heath bar. Okay. Heath is the better of the two, but Score bar is essentially Heath bar.
No. You have to clarify
Heath
yourself.
Bar. I'm going Heath bar.
You don't get a twofer there, bitch.
I'm going Heath bar. I'm solid with Heath bar. So I'm going first round pick Twix, second round Heath bar. That's a solid toffee caramel cookie. So then I get the next pick.
All right.
So we come back. So I went Heath bar. I'm gonna come back third on my list. I gotta hit white chocolate here. Now I got a question. I have to clarify something here because I can go multiple directions here. When you took Kit Kat, did you take all versions of the Kit Kat or did you take the standard red packaging milk chocolate with cookie wafer?
I think it has to be specific.
So then you're going with the bullshit milk chocolate Kit Kat?
A delicious classic, yes.
Then I'm going to jump in and see that with a white chocolate Kit Kat bar, which is by far the superior way to eat a Kit Kat bar. Yeah. A frozen, which theme here, I like all my candy frozen.
They are good frozen.
A frozen white chocolate Kit Kat, possibly the value at the third round, I could say that should have been the second off the board, but you're milk chocolate, you go for it. So I've got Twix, I've got a Heath bar, and I've got a white chocolate Kit Kat. What do you got next?
Snickers.
You're going to go with that bullshit. Like that is
fuck you. Snickers are delicious. You bite them, then you put them in your mouth. You let the peanuts kind of like get the caramel off of it.
Hot take.
Delicious.
Peanuts have no fucking business being in a candy bar. They immediately ruin. What? Shut up,
because you love Snickers brownies and there's peanuts.
No, I don't love them. I like them.
You love them.
I will eat them.
Love them.
Never once.
He said he loves them.
Never once will I go to a candy aisle and definitively pick out a Snickers brownie bar as my choice. I get them because I know we can share them. And I got them one time because I like to experiment with the new candy bar. But it's definitely not.
You said you loved them.
I'm saying right now, peanuts do not belong in desserts. Peanuts have no business in desserts. Might be because I possibly have diverticulitis and things like that tend to destroy my stomach. But also because I don't like candy bars with
peanuts are delicious.
Peanuts. Okay, you have one more pick, right?
Last pick.
Wait, is it last pick? What do you have so far? You need to be writing your answers down, bro.
I do it off the top of my head because
but still gotta write them down so we know. You went Kit Kat, then you went Reese's.
Yes.
Then you went
Snickers bar.
Was Snickers third?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I have.
So then you need a fourth.
Oh, and you ready for this one?
Uh-huh.
A hunk bar.
Big hunk?
Big hunk.
You don't even know the name.
A big hunk.
If you don't even know the name, no, that is nasty.
Oh no, they're so good. Peanuts.
I don't even know what
peanuts are the theme
once again,
here.
Peanuts are in there,
Reese's
and then it's
peanut
some
butter,
weird
Snickers peanut butter.
What is it?
Vanilla nougat.
What is it?
With peanuts.
Vanilla what?
Vanilla nougat.
That's garbage.
It's delicious.
A big hunk is garbage.
If you've never had a big hunk in your life, you have to
Don't
try
go
it.
get it because you can only get it at like in the bottom shelf of a fucking
Walgreens. Sells it.
Walgreens.
It's delicious. Delicious. Delicious.
If you can only buy the candy.
It's been in business for so many years. People must love it.
No, it's just that it cost fucking 7 cents to make and they sell it for $3. It's terrible. It's garbage.
Delicious.
All right, so I have right now Twix, Heath Bar,
okay,
white chocolate Kit Kat. Did I take anything else?
No, it was my turn then.
So I get 2 picks here. I get double picks here.
Yes, you do.
4 and 5. How does that work? I'm so fucking confused. Oh, well, whatever. If I have 2 picks left,
okay,
4th round pick, value. You're talking about value here.
Okay,
because you got to reach into the bottom of the barrel when you get to the 4th round. You can't. An Andes Mint.
that's like okay. That's not a bar though. It's not a candy bar. It's a little mint.
What shape is it? What shape is it?
A rectangle.
Do you understand why they have to make it so small?
No.
Because it packs so much delicious flavor into such a tiny package.
Fuck you.
Like, tell me you're not going to Olive Garden and that's not what you're looking like. Fucking Olive Garden has breadsticks. They've got like fried ravioli. They've got the tour of Italy. It doesn't matter because what you're looking forward to when you go to an Olive Garden is the Andes Mint Bar they're bringing to you at the end of the meal. It is shaped like a what?
Rectangle.
What is a Crunch Bar? Is Andes Mint just not a Crunch Bar? It's the same shape. Don't be mad.
It's a bar.
Don't be mad.
I'll give you that one if you give me Reese's Pieces. Reese's.
I'm not giving you anything.
It happens.
There's a simple fact of one is shaped like a bar.
Is the little candy thing that you get from Olive Garden count in this?
It is a small candy bar.
Let me know.
It is a small candy bar. What's my last one? I'm gonna go Butterfinger. I think there's value in a Butterfinger. It's different.
Bitch.
I don't know what a fucking Butterfinger is made of. It crumbles in a very weird and mysterious way. It's good on ice cream. It's good in like a Blizzard from Dairy Queen. It's good in, I don't even know if McDonald's
told me it was a trash candy.
I mean, I was throwing you off the scent here. I knew
you told me it was a trash candy. If it came in that package, it was a trash candy. That's fucked up, bro.
What are you talking about?
Whatever.
I'm taking Butterfinger with the 5th pick.
Okay, well then fuck you. I'm going to take a classic, a Hershey's chocolate bar.
Garbage.
Garbage. Delicious.
Garbage.
All right, so let's recap. What I had a Kit Kat.
Okay. We're going to write these down next time. Kit Kat, Reese's.
Oh, fucking, we'll roll the tape and we'll remember them. But
I know what I had. I had a Twix, a Heath Bar, a white chocolate Kit Kat, an Andes Mint Bar, and a Butterfinger.
Oh, I had a Kit Kat, a Reese's. I don't remember the third one. It was a Hunk Bar, chocolate, and then I had a chocolate bar from Hershey's, but I don't remember what number 4 was.
I don't need Snickers.
Snickers.
Garbage.
Delicious.
You have the most boring plain Jane Snickers. Boring. That's basic bitch candy. Snickers is basic. Hershey's chocolate. Dude, that anything Hershey's has that chocolate.
You can't make s'mores without them.
Who the fuck's eating s'mores?
Everybody eats s'mores.
No,
if you go
s'mores
camping,
are
you eat
garbage.
S'mores.
No.
You want s'mores?
No, this has been another episode of the NerdyD Show. Tune in every week to hear us argue about the best of something and 4 other topics. As always, I am the notorious NerdyD. This is my wife, Level Up Lauren. And you can ring the final bell.
Ding, ding.